Right, in this lesson, we're going to start adding some highlights. And as I've said several times already in this course, there are a lot of ways to do this. But I want to show you guys a way that I think works pretty well. Let's make a new layer on top of the shadow layers. I'm going to rename it to highlights. Now, for this first kind of pass of the highlights, I'm going to think about the highlights only from this main light source. Later on, we're going to have this hologram glow, but it's not going to be brighter than this primary light source that we're using now that has created all of these shadows, okay? So one trick to kind of making your highlights look pretty realistic is to make sure that they are contained to the areas that don't have shadow. That seems pretty straightforward, but all the highlights I'm going to make are going to be within these areas that are lit. We're not going to have any light in the shadows for this yet. Okay, so you can think of these shadows as kind of off limits at this point. There's a different kind of light that we're going to add into those sections later. But for now, we're just going to think about lighting the areas that are already lit with brighter highlights. And this will make sense when we start doing it. So just to show you a couple examples of ways you could do this. So starting with the hat, now the light is coming from the top. So this brim is actually going to reflect a lot of that light back. And it's going to be, one of the brighter areas here. So I'm going to zoom up and I'm going to use the polygonal lasso to just select basically the top of this brim. And I'm kind of avoiding that area of shadow here, hitting this lip. There we go. And now I can hide that selection and switch to some brush, like maybe the airbrush. And in this new highlights layer that we've selected, you can use normal mode. You can just, go in, pick a color, and make that a highlight. You can use screen mode, you can use add mode, you can use hard light mode. There's a lot of different options here. I kind of like the way hard light looks personally, and so I'm going to pick a kind of a bright orange color. So on this highlights layer in hard light mode, I'm going to brush in some highlights with the airbrush. For the top of the hat, I'm going to select the area with the wand and brush this in. And from here, you can adjust that color if you want. And now for the skin, I'm going to use a trick that you can use to make selections from your layer window. If I want to select the contents of this layer, let's say I just want to select my shadows, I can hold down Control or Command and click the picture, and it will select all of my shadows. You can see they're selected now. Now, when you already have something selected, if you hold down Control and Alt, or Command and Option on a Mac, then click the picture on the layer, it will remove the pixels on that layer from your selection. We can kind of use this to our advantage. And so I'm going to select the skin. I'm going to go to my original shadows here, hold down Control or Command and Alt and Option. Let me try to say that again. Control and Alt or Command and Option. That's a little bit clearer, right? And then click the picture, and you can see that it's removed that selection that's on this layer, these shadows, from my selection. So now I only have the highlight selected. I'm going to hide this so I don't have to look at it. And I'll try the same color, and I'm going to switch to a soft brush here. And I'm just going to start painting in on the nose. A little bit brighter on the tip here. And then the cheeks would actually catch some light too. So using this selection technique means that it's easy to keep my highlights within the lit area and out of my shadows. So in all the planes that are facing up toward our light source, I'm making those brighter. That's why, for example, only the fingers are getting some highlights here, but not the back of his hand, because it's not really facing our light source. Hair doesn't necessarily reflect the same way that skin or cloth might. So instead of using a soft airbrush alone, I'm going to draw in some highlight shapes with the lasso and then use the soft brush to fill it in. I'm going to follow the contours of the hair here, and in all the areas that would face the light source more, I'm creating these little strips of highlights. Again, this takes some practice, so take your time. There's no need to try to keep up with me in real time. Pause the video, take all the time you need. So the top part of the mustache would catch more light, and the top of the beard would too. And having some highlights that have harder edges like this will make the whole drawing look more interesting. I'm still staying out of the shadows at this point. I'm switching to a soft airbrush with a color that's not quite as bright or saturated as what I used on the skin. Notice that I'm not just filling the entire selection. I'm only painting this selection with about half of the airbrush so that it fades out at the bottom. And if you don't like the color you used, select the beard and then shift that color around after the fact. For the shirt, I'm going to select it with the magic wand, and then hold down Control and Alt or Command and Option while clicking the shadow layer thumbnail to remove those from the selection. Then just use a soft airbrush to brighten that a little bit. For the jacket, I'm going to eyedropper that blue, make it a little bit brighter, a little less saturated. I'm also going to shift this a little toward yellow because if our light source is warm, more on the yellow side, it's going to start pulling that blue toward the yellow on the color wheel. I'm switching to that pure paintbrush again here, also lowering the opacity. The highlights on the jacket aren't going to be quite as intense because, a material like this is just not super reflective. I'm still staying out of the shadows. We're going to add a different type of light to those later. In the next lesson, we'll move on to lighting this arm.